Hi everyone, so today we're going to try out the Anna Griffin Finishing School Craft Box Pop-Up Bouquets. I recently picked this up on HSN. I don't believe this is like any other craft box I have. Somebody had mentioned that I already have it, but I think what she was talking about was in the haul video. I bought the dies that do the same thing, and I want the dies. I want the dies separate from this. These are two different things. So this is the card kit that's already ready to go. And then there are dies, I just put them away, that will help you cut that base part, to make the pop up or slide. I don't know how to explain it because it's going to pull it, but it's not really popping out. It's kind of going like this, like displaying. So if these items are still available, I'll have links in the description box. Those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. I already unboxed this, so I'm not going to do a whole unboxing. I'll link my video to that if you want to see everything again. But I know this has like a finishing school code, so I'll just cover that up right quick. But hopefully you can see. So you're going to open it up. Obviously, we're going to decorate the front. You open it, you have your little signature card. And then here, there's going to be a little area that you're going to stick these things to. Now, when I looked at these, it looked to me like they're already set up for you, but I don't know if that's the case. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. So in here, you have your card base, pop-up layer, embellishments, which we'll talk about, and then there's some embellishments that are like in a bag. Double-sided adhesive is the color of what they're showing here. I don't believe it came with any, right? Which is fine. Signature card, and then your sentiment. So it says flip the pop-up layer over, and then you're going to apply adhesive on it. And this is why I think it's going to work better than some other adhesives. Or another way that she does her pop-ups, because this centerpiece isn't really going to be glued down, and then these pieces are free-flowing, so hopefully it doesn't do that weird stuff where you can't really open it because it's taking up the same space. We will see. Fingers crossed. Okay, and then you're just going to apply it to your base, and then you're going to put whatever you want on it. I mean, basically that's all we're doing here. Yeah, so let's see. It says, plan the placement of each embellishment, apply double-sided adhesive to small embellishments, and attach to the top pop-up support. Open and close the card to test. So as you're going through, they're just recommending to open and close the card to test. And then, and it does say to use double-sided adhesive. It depends on if, like this little leaf, they said here to put the adhesive. I think they're just showing you here. Apply embellishments to the left side of the pop-up supports shown in red. So they're saying put it here, 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 and here. That's not saying put adhesive all over that. Because if you do, you're going to end up with too much glue. And then, build it up, and then they're showing you the last two bits to put it here. So that's really nice. That is very easy to read and think about. Oh, and the other thing that's funny, I was like, oh, so we're going to decorate the front. The card's already decorated. I already forgot that quickly. Yes, I did, because I went through these yesterday. I kind of want to go with, I love that rose. Again, I forget the name of that kind of rose. I just kind of want to go with like this one. It's a little old school feeling, but I like that. So I'm going to pick that as my card base. Of course, we have this. She says to pick out, the center. They do have different colorings. She's actually using the same card I just chose. So she chose the one that has the green on it. As you can see, this has like pink swirls. So let's look for the green one. We have like a taupe color. Or I don't know why I say taupe. It's more of that brownish, not the purpley, whatever. Just reminded me of the word taupe. This one, I guess. It coordinates with what's going on in the corner here. And sorry about my lighting. I have been messing with it. It still doesn't look any different. If I go up or down, it just looks the same. And so this is what I was saying. I feel like these are already set up for you because like when you open this is one page. It has pop-outs, and I'm assuming that's what you use for each sheet. I guess you could mix and match, go off on your own, of course. I'm just trying to see if this is the one that's on here. No, it's a different one. So the one on here does all this. Even though these are some similar flowers, they're not the same. So let's keep going. So pretty. I have high hopes for this one, guys. I feel like just because of the way it is. So we have this sheet. See? It's the same, everything that's on there. So we have this sheet. They're saying to use two swirl guys. So when you keep going, on the back there's all these pieces. And it looks like, if you want it to be exactly the same, she's using some of these. So I'll just bring this out. There are several sheets of this. There are 6 sheets of these where I think there's probably 4 of each of the flowers. Yeah. We need a signature card, and then So I guess I'm doing exactly what she has here, because that's the one that I saw yesterday too when I unboxed it. My favorite kind of, well, my favorite's really the roses, but the one I wanted to work with was that card. So we have that. And then she's doing happy birthday, but we'll choose that later because I don't know what I want to top it off with. So I'm not going to choose sentiment quite yet. Okay, those are all the things we need. We just need this, this, this. And then the dies, of course, are a little trickier because you're going to have to design everything, right? From your papers to everything that you choose to go with it. I was mentioning back in the day, she used to make sets where it came with all the card stuff plus the dies. So when you were done, you would still have more dies, but I guess we're not doing that. Other than some of the finishing school has dies, right? But not like this, like what I mean, her fantastic flips or things like that. I know some of them I missed and I bought them on eBay for like way too much money, which is crazy. And I have them here, never tried them again. All right, so let's go to, we picked out our stuff, pretty much all of it other than the sentiments. We're on part 2, which is flip the pop-up layer over. So this is our pop-up layer. And the pieces are already kind of ready to go. Obviously these pieces are gonna go back while these go forward. I wanna make sure that I have this the same way she's showing. Yes, okay. So let me show you the difference of, I just like to get things going, right? You guys know that. But we probably don't have to do that part right now. Okay, it'll probably be better once we stick it down anyway. But this is how she has it oriented. Can you see how it's like, this is that little swooshy part that has 2 pieces, 1 piece, and then 1. Does that make sense? So that's how she has it in the picture here. And all she says is flip it over. And I will use a liner tape today. No, will I? Sure. I'm gonna use a liner tape. Actually, my liner tape fell the other day. Let me go get it. I'll be right back. So this is not like that Suk Yang type liner tape, but hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing with that white background, just because I want you to see this. I could move this, but so I'm gonna do exactly what she said, just kind of leaving an area open. And this is, like I said, not the Suk Yang type liner tape. This is from Spellbinders, I believe. And I know whenever Anna includes liner tape, it's usually the same stuff. And to here. So she lined it out, right? And I will line this out, and I will line out this other side too, the same way, leaving a space. I'll go from here all around and I'll be right back. I'm not sure why I thought you guys would want me to see me do this, but okay. I'm just picking at the ends, take the carriers off. And I did, you know, use my nail to really burnish it down because you really want that stuff to stay down. And so now it says to bring over your card and adhere this to the card base, flip the card layer back over and adhere to card base, match the score line on the card to the layer score line on the card base, of course. Again, still the same direction, you know, all that. And I'm gonna bend this a little bit. This is bent a lot kind of in the middle, it's just some of these areas aren't, so I don't really want to mess with that too much. So I'm just lining that up before I let it touch. I'm barely holding it there. And I'm lining up the score lines before I let this touch at all. Okay, all right. Again, it's not actually stuck down in the very center, so that might help us out, hopefully. Pop-up supports and fold out. Gently pull the pop-up supports out and fold along the score lines. Fold the card completely. So I'm gonna pop this up, and I'm using my tool to help me. Basically, these guys all, where they have these score lines, kind of interesting because this one has 2. So how do they want it? Yep, it all still pops up forward. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that. If you definitely crease something that doesn't need to be creased, it's gonna stay there. It's gonna kink. So that's why I'm being very careful with this, you know? So I'm gonna try go with that one. This is the one that's like, no, because the score line's way over here. That one. Come on, buddy. Trying to get this going as we go. And there it goes, and there's that score line that shouldn't be there, but this one's gonna come up here. Okay, so I'm just trying to be careful with these. They already scored where they're not supposed to. That's fine, I guess. This one scores back here. I'm just trying to get that. I already feel this card give me resistance because of the way we applied. So hopefully you can see everything's pretty much popped up. This one has the 2 steps, this one's there, and this one's there. And you saw how carefully I did it. This guy needs to come this way when we're folding the card. Very interesting. Keep moving, buddy. I'm kind of guiding him right now. I don't know if you have to do that the first time. You see that? You see how this is bubbling like this? That's because, again, 2 areas, it doesn't want to stay in the same place. But I think we'll have a better go even at that, even when we really score it. Because, again, it's not really glued down in that center area. So I'm really just... See how... It's because that tension of, you know, the way it's just on here. But that's okay. This is much better than most of the times. Okay. Okay, so now you have this folded and it's telling you to apply the items in these areas, right? So you're going to apply things here, here, and here, not back on these sides. So that's fine. And so what I'm going to do is take a moment, I guess, and pop things out because I haven't popped these guys out. And I just go through, I don't know. Pop, pop, pop. There we go. Go through. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'll do the same thing with these flourishes and grab this set of leaves. There's one leaf one. Okay, and then whatever flourishes it looks like she used, I'll cut out too, or pop out. Let's see her. That's so cute. They did a good job of the little chads not being too like annoying. It looks like it's this guy and his matching friend over here. So even though we're popping these out, you can think, well, you usually just put them like in a bag and you make your selections. This makes it a lot easier because it's already curated and chosen for you. It's like, these are the ones that look good together. Awesome. That's the kind of help I need. So I'm glad to have that. Okay, I'll be right back. I pretty much everything popped out. We have our elements ready. The reason I was saying they made it really easy is because like the little things that are holding onto them are really tiny, so it's not like super obvious and like, oh, looks like you just pop those out, you know? Be very careful with these little swirly guys though, as I say that. Okay, so a couple things. You could have still done this the way I do it, where I cut these lines, right, these areas. But, this doesn't bother me, to be honest. I mean, it is, you see as I'm closing it how it does this, how it's curling. It's, again, because of that tension, it has to go somewhere. Now, you could have popped this in here with some wet glue, gone like this, and try to smooth it out. But I think that would have pushed out this edge. It would have made it move, because that's generally what happens with pop-outs. So I just did what they said in the construction, because I was not super familiar with this particular mechanism for the pop-out, right? So I just want to do what they said. But maybe next time I'll do a little something different if that continues to bother me. But it is weird, right? I think maybe after a while it might calm down. I don't know. Okay, so what they're showing is, I'm just going to do the layers like she says, to put this one down first. And it says to use double-sided adhesive, and that's fine. I just, it's kind of interesting because it says to stick it down and to test it. I think that's probably the best spot for this one. I'm not going to use double-sided adhesive. Of course, I'm going to use a wet one because I like that, and it'll still give me a little adjustability, right? I don't even know that these are stickers, because if they were... No, I guess they're not, because we just popped them out. It would have worked like a sticker. She has it kind of like here, of course, and then it says to test it, to close it, and make sure that it closes. That's fine, and it looks fine where it is. Basically, that little tip can't really touch your card, right? Because then it won't work too well. So it's touching it as if we're closing, but that's like the least amount of clearance I can give myself right there. Okay, and then the second one they're using is... Actually, on this one, second one, she's using 2 different things. Both of these, but it doesn't really say to what, but they're applying it here, basically. So the first one went on that top bit. This second and third piece are going to go like in here. How? I don't really know. Let's take a look. She has this one kind of up like this. That doesn't make any sense. Because how would it touch that? Let me see about what... Because even if it's here, in the picture she has it... Like this part of the leaf is like way up here. And I don't even know how you could have that happen. Maybe with some dimensional. That would be a lot of dimensional, because look, it's from here all the way up here, right? That is odd. and then it pushes it away anyway. Let me think about this one. I'll be right messing with this. I realize this also has pieces. I was going to say, it's like a whole blank thing. You can't even see behind it, but there's bits you can pop out to make it look more dainty. Not going to lie, I still don't really know what I'm supposed to do with these other pieces. So let me just, because this is so big, and this is going to be right on top, like right here, which is odd. They have it more like this. It doesn't even touch this bottom piece. Maybe the picture that they have, because even at that, look at this. You see the way her leaf is, it's cut off. Do you see how this leaf is here? The complete leaf, and here she cut it off. So there are some little tricks, and that's probably why you need to watch Finishing School. I guess I'm going to cut it. I don't want to, but it's not going to work otherwise. Kind of interesting. I'm just going to go like flat, and then we'll see if that's good enough. Yeah, so that will touch. Okay. All right, and then these are back here. Okay. Now we don't even see this. It's kind of back there, but not really. This leaf, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you see it so well, but that's okay. So I want these to really kind of stick out so you see them, right? At least in my opinion. So do I want this to be more like this? I'm just kind of auditioning things here to see what's going on. That was there and this is there, but when you push it, it goes away. So it really does need to be kind of tucked in here quite a bit. So when you close it, you see how much? It doesn't have a lot of leeway. Okay. Cool. Oh, see, I didn't clean this one out either. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me take all the little bits and see if anything else has little bits. They all do. Make them more delicate. Good thing, good thing. I'll be right back, guys. It is much prettier with all those little pieces cut out. So again, we're gonna glue this in a way that is visible, but at the same time when you close this, you don't want it sticking out of the edge of the card. So I kind of want it more like this. That'll work. I think that's good. I'm kind of wanting to put like a dimensional on this, but I think if we do, what's going to happen is, so weird. Maybe, because it does say to stick this to the third, right? Which, apply, you know, attach the medium size embellishments to the third and pop up to the third pop-up support, open and close the card. But maybe she stuck it down here, but then stuck the leaf up here so that it's here and there. Is that even possible? I feel like it needs to have movement. You can't do that. I can't do that. Okay, so where are we putting this guy? Like here, if that guy was there. Okay. Does that look good still though? And then this guy's gonna go on top right here. Okay. It's that little naughty leaf that needs to, that's just like, it has to be in a certain spot. Okay. I'm putting glue on this, like a good amount, because I don't know where it's actually going to touch these leaves here. We're going to put that there. This is crazy. I want it to be able to be seen, obviously, behind this stuff. I guess you're just looking for the layers. To me, this needs to be further up. But that's okay. Okay. Cute, because you know what it is? It's like angled in like this, so you do see the different layers. I feel like this flower is kind of disappearing on me. But, and then she has a whole other thing going on at the very end of her card. So by the time the card is done, it's like all kinds of stuff. So I don't know what that's about, but that's fine. Okay. And then this is our last piece that's going to be up on top of here. Obviously, we're going to put... How do you even know where it's touching? I don't know. Pretty cool. So that's going to go there and that's going to touch there. Now I'm using a wet glue, so that's why I have to give it a little moment. And then close it. Ooh! Sticking out the bottom a little bit there, so I got to adjust that. Come up a little bit. Did you hear things click when I went to move it? It went click. Because like... The flower in the back was like, no, this is not my spot. Okay. I guess that's it. I don't really care for the way that's sticking out right there. I might have to readjust that. Well, actually, maybe I can put something here. Nope, that's not gonna work. Oh, I guess this is how it is. There are some stems, some extra stems sticking out. I don't know if you can see that. You can kind of see something going on there. Or cut them off, right? If you don't like, cut it away. Okay. This is interesting. It's cute. But again, I just really feel like this one is the one that needs to like be out more. How much glue did I put on this? Not enough that I can't reassemble it. Not so much that I can't move it. Good thing I use a wet glue because it's still not stuck down. Okay, I'm going to remove this as gently as I can, and I'm going to reassemble where I put it. It was barely holding on anyway. Okay, I'm going to let this dry, and then we'll figure out where we want this guy, okay? So I'm letting that dry and rest up right there so that it is ready to go. I know what she said, but that's not working for me. So what I'm going to do is actually glue this on here to give it some extra support. And then we're going to pop this in where we think it's going to look the best and make sure it closes and all that, right? So I might even get rid of that leaf just in case. But I'm going to glue this on here, which might be a bad idea, but that's okay. Because it's going to extend the length of that. I just feel like it needs a little something extra back here. You know, to help support this because it's so thin, that little neck there. If I cut this leaf off, I wouldn't mind cutting it off. I will. Even though in the picture they're not showing that, but they also didn't show to cut off the other one, did they? Because that way it tucks in like this. I'm just trying to see if I can clear the leaf. If I stick it down, if the leaf stays clear, I think that might be okay too. Okay, let's see how high up we can get this. With as much glue as I might need, like here. I'm tucking the leaf on top of this. I don't know if you can see, like up here, so that it's holding on, and hopefully it's out of the way. Let's press this down for a second onto that same support that's holding the medium-sized items, like she said. And I'm going to close this to see. Ooh, not bad. Honestly, that sticking up right there doesn't bother me. I like better the way it looks inside, so I will accept that little bit that's sticking out, but if you really want to, you can kind of move it down a little bit. Much better. We're making adjustments as we learn. Yeah, that's much prettier. On the inside, it looks prettier. I see more things. This guy I probably would bring up a little bit. So, you know, she said in what order to do this. You can definitely do that, but I think if you're playing with it a little bit, you might want to figure something else out. And then we have all these pieces to play with. I mean, you want to put that on the card base, over here, within this. There's already some there. I really would love to move this leaf up, but at the same time, he's barely holding on anyway, so I think that's as high as you're going to get with that anyway. Let's see. We can tuck this little guy in here somewhere, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm putting glue on the back of this, and I'm going to put him in here, I guess. Ugh. You really got to hold that glue down. Oh, nope. Okay, let's pay attention. Let's pay attention. He needs to come way more up here. There we go. That's as good as I can get with that one. And he's basically in the same direction as this one, right? It's really pretty. I don't know how to explain it because it's tipped like this. So when you're looking at it, it's like a bouquet going that way. What if you put a bow on here? It'd be sticking out, but I think that wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be a bad thing, would it? Like here, she has it all coming up. How? When you close the card, let me see. Yeah, it just comes this way. It's not like it's going to move that much, so you really can't do it. I think this is the thing. Some of these things are like fantastic. Like, oh, this is what you would want. It's like, okay, well, sure. But it really sticks out a lot. Anyway, all right, let's put this guy down. Now, this whole thing is totally different because, like, she's showing, you know, that you have room for this to be here, and there's no way possible, so I'll put it on the other side. Is this a sticker? I was like, well, this is going to be so fast because we don't have to make any choices, but you know what? It took a little finagling, and that's what she says. Every layer, you know, put it down, test it, put it down and test it, like close the card. So obviously this is going to go over here. There's no way. And I'm just going to follow the lines that are on here. And then she has like a little butterfly in here, but she also has one outside, so that'd be an extra however many from other kits. So I'm just going to put a little glue here. Oh, that is, oh, I was like, is that a hair? There's like this little line, it's part of the design, but it looks like a little hair got trapped there. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. Hopefully, I'm gonna let this set up, guys, before I really move on. I'm gonna choose a sentiment, and then the last butterfly, wherever I went, I'll put out here with our sentiment, okay? I'll be right back. So I think I'm gonna do just for you. And then we have that extra butterfly. Again, where did I just put it? I literally just had her. There she is. And of course I have other stickers and things, but, or you can, you know, break out the other ones. And it does say, of course, they did a good job this time of the instructions, other than like, you know, like I said, cutting off a piece of the leaf to make it work or whatever. It says, you know, completing it, which is what we did. I put the little swirls here and there. It does say that they rotate upwards, which we kind of talked about, right? Like how it looks like it's sticking out so much up here. But you can only do that so much because it can't stick out this way. So yes, they do. Like when you open it, as you can see, you see this one does it the most. It's kind of like whoop, then coming up, where these other ones are kind of staying. So, you know, if you have some stuff here, but it can only stick out so much because when you close it, it's still going to be sticking out here. So this is as good as I could get for this set. And maybe that's what the image looks like this, right? So you see the little thing sticking up. Does that make sense? So cool. But again, for that reason, you really have to pay attention to where they're going and sticking out and all that. So these kind of pull in where this one moves up. Okay. Really cute, guys. I like it. I just, you know, had a little bit of a learning curve, and especially since I don't watch the videos, I don't have any idea. So, let's see. You know, she has a little happy birthday or whatever she put. I have just for you, and as you can see, it is crooked because they were just thrown in the bag. So what I'm going to do is fix that, which is kind of a bummer because I don't want to bend it, but what you got to do is get it off of this foam. So I'm going to go through and try to finesse this as much as I can. It's one long piece of foam. What I think I should do is pull away the back, because this one I can glue down completely, where this one I can just hopefully not have it get too thrashed. Oh, it's looking bad. Oh, you guys, that was not great. Okay, well, maybe I can still make it look good. Okay, not too bad. It was just totally crooked. So let me just fix that. I'm going to bring this in front of me so I don't make it crooked again, because then what was the point of kind of thrashing this? And I'm just laying that back down on here in a straight way. Okay, hopefully you can see that that's straight now. I don't know. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm going to hold on to it until it sets up, though, because it looks like it wants to move on me. I'll be right back. I think I'm going to put it down here. Maybe it look lovely there, too. And then just to have a little more texture in different spots and still just use what's on the cards, you know, the little card that we got. I'm going to put this, like, in here. Just for you. And then this guy is the same as the butterfly that's on there. I'm going to put this butterfly in a different direction. Actually, we'll put him over here. That's good. And let me see, where do I want to put him over here? Like just in there? Sure. So we have a little texture here and there, and then it opens up. You have your little note. Really pretty. Like I love the flowers. I love the design. We already talked about that in the unboxing, so I'm happy that this worked out. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll have some images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box if it's still available. I need to fix this a little bit. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.